everybody, welcome to the garage. Peter Clayton, my dear friend, he's behind the camera, wearing a great t-shirt, which I'll tell you about in a second. We're a bit late recording today's program. I had to go and get my hair chopped off, and it's been a hell of an afternoon. But anyway, one way or another, I got a message this morning. Now, I won't mention his name because I never know how private people want to be when they communicate with me on Facebook. I've got no idea. I leave it to them to use a name or a pseudonym or whatever. But I won't mention his name. But he got in touch with me and he said, "Where are you?" And I messaged, "I'm out." And he said, "When you get home, you'll find in front of the garage a couple of Vote No signs and a couple of Vote No T-shirts." Vote No T-shirts. Vote No. The voice. Vote No to the voice of division. Yep. Well, I just got in and I've been keeping Peter waiting, so I didn't have time to put it on, but I will be wearing it next week as this whole thing heats up. And this came into me as well. But thank you, sir. Thank you for that. I've already got a no sign on the house, but I suspect you can't have too many Vote No signs. And this, as I say, came in. Can you believe ANZ announced this week that they're donating, I guess that's the bank, $2 million to the Yes campaign? That's $2 million that they've made from interest they've charged on our mortgages, on top of the millions and millions donated from companies like Qantas and BHP and Rio Tinto and Wesfarmers, the companies that own Bunnings and Kmart and Target. That's how the Yes campaign has added $20 million to advertising, which is about a $100 million campaign. You and I both know that there is no grassroots movement behind their plan to divide the country by race. Instead, they're trying to use a wall of corporate cash to try and buy a result on October 14. I got a funny feeling these guys are not doing it with their heart. I think they're being blackmailed. I'm not sure what's behind it, but there's something going on. Anyway, they will flood the battleground states with expensive TV ads and radio advertisements. Expensive TV, radio, yep. But we know how to beat them. It is going to take a lot of work between now and referendum day, and it's going to mean that you and me and everyone we know feels the way we do has to turn up and vote no. Imagine waking up on Sunday morning after the referendum to news that they've won. It's possible. They have the money to spend, tens of thousands of workers, thanks to the trade union backers. Make no mistake, they will win if we stay home on referendum day. There's just a bit more. They will win if we don't give it everything. You and I know Australians don't want a voice of division, be it black or white, in our constitution. The only question left is whether you and I will be there to warn them. So please tell your family, tell your friends, your workmates, everybody, you got to turn up, you have to vote no. That's how we end this voice of division and racism once and for all. Oh, Senator Jacinta Price. Oh, I should have looked. Senator, thank you. Thank you. Whatever you do to protect and defend our wonderful egalitarian democracy from Labor's divisive, dangerous, racist campaign, vote no to the voice. Thank you, Jacinta. She's destined for great things, you know.
She'd make a great prime.
She would make a great Prime Minister. I'm going to keep that because not always in the early days of someone's political life do you get a communication that is so much from the heart. Very good. Very good. Now, as I say, the day is somewhat in a shambles. I woke up to the news. So we're recording Tuesday, so this was yesterday, to the news that David McCallum, a great star, had died. And I still watch him occasionally doing NCIS, one of the original stars of NCIS. But way before that, he came to Australia, and I'm not sure when it was, in the 1950s, as a very young actor, young man. He was in Robbery Under Arms. Would have been probably about 1955, with people like Chips Rafferty. And in fact, it's there on that movie set that he met his future wife, Jill Ireland. Jill Ireland. They were married, I think the year after that, 56, something like that. Then, the movies that he made, golly, you can't count them. 60, I think. 60 movies in his career. The Great Escape, he was in The Great Escape with Charles Bronson. Now there's a story. Charles Bronson and he, David and Charles and their respective wives got on really well on the set. And Charles Bronson stole Jill Ireland. Well, look, it happens. Love is strange. What was that song, Pete? Peaches and Herb. Love is Strange, 1967. I remember it well. Anyway, Charles Bronson married Jill Ireland. And David McCallum went on to do The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Mosquito Squadron, lots of movies. I can't remember them all, but I was a great fan. The last of the original cast of NCIS. Right to the end he was there. And what did he have? He was different. That's simple. He was different. You've got to be different. Yet when you get into this business, this show business, the temptation is to be like someone else. No. Be yourself. Be different. You're a one-off. Anyway, he died at the age of 90, which is a great age. Great age. I heard this. We're going to allow you, this is not me saying this, we're going to allow you to earn $4,000 a year without it affecting your pension. This is part of the white paper that came out the other day. This is about giving us all a better way of life, a better working life, better retirement. But honestly, what a hide. What an absolute hide. Jim Chalmers, the Treasurer, is going to give us, when we're at retirement age, the right to earn $4,000 a year without it affecting our pension. That was never the deal back in the 1940s when the age pension, or as it was then, the old age pension, came in. Wasn't part of the deal. What a hide. What business is it of government that a retired person earns money or doesn't earn money? Does it hurt the government? Total nonsense. And I'll tell you why it's total nonsense, because we don't want to live in this society where there are two rules. If you're a politician, you can retire on your parliamentary pension and you can go to work the next day, anywhere, for any salary. Why do politicians get a different deal to an aged pensioner? That is what we demand for all Australians. Equality. People have to be treated equally. All right? That's it. Nothing less, nothing more. But where are the reasonable demands upon government to stop this business of discriminating against the aged? We got some work to do there. We really do. That and getting rid of the government-sponsored three-flag arrangement is something close to my heart, you know. One flag, ladies and gentlemen, one people, one law, one nation. It's a personal ambition of mine to pull that off. Pete, you did bring that can of Mortine in, didn't you? I thought I heard him.
Yeah, I said no.
I thought I heard him.
It's here.
But I won't kill him. I mean, if you want to kill him, you kill him. But no, don't do it. Don't do it.
I will.
No, it's a living creature. It just wants to get in on the act. It's all right. You would have heard about the Four Corners expose involving the NDIS. Unscrupulous criminals who bring 3 or 4 recipients of an NDIS package into one house, where they take control of their lives, their identity, their existence and their benefits, and of course their packages. Now, we already know from the mouth of Bill Shorten, the minister in charge of the NDIS. He said it quite publicly. The NDIS has been taken over by organised crime. He said it. Now, I don't know what that says about ministerial responsibility. He's still there. The NDIS has been taken over by organised crime. Well, what are you going to do about it, Minister? Huh? Maybe resign? No good just telling us. Anyway, let me go on. That's not the end of the story. If you saw the Four Corners story on Monday night, you would have heard what these criminals were onto. And that was to put and to keep 4 NDIS clients with their packages in one house, which gave the crooks access to about, they said, $1 million a year. $1 million a year? Now that seemed to, in the story, go through to the keeper because nobody cares about the money. No. But wait. This is what I want to say about that story. You know, I condemn the criminal activity, absolutely. But there's other activity here that we must condemn as well. 4 people with mild intellectual impairment cost the taxpayer $1 million a year to look after. Whether the crooks are getting the money or not, who said that was okay? Who said it was okay? Good value? Acceptable? Affordable? No wonder this thing is out of control and totally unsustainable. I would close the bloody thing down and I'd send the bill to Julia Gillard. That's what I'd do. I really would. I mustn't get steamed up. Now, Pete's got a song he wants to sing for you, which, what does it come from? It came from that little piece that I was telling about the
honour killing.
The honour killing, yes. The family, husband and wife and sister, who stabbed in the stomach a young girl in a shopping centre. This is only the other day, and this is in Adelaide, because she did not want the arranged marriage that had been set up for her by her family. It's the traditional honour killing thing. Anyway, Pete said to me, I've got a song. Can you stick it on the end?
Yes, I can. I'd love to. Yeah.
All right, please do it. Not enough is said about all of that. And of course, we can't let the day go without commenting on the departure of Daniel Andrews. Daniel Andrews has announced his resignation as Victorian Premier, quit politics at a shock call, confessing the 24/7 demands of the job have taken its toll. What is it about all these politicians who decide they need to spend more time with their family? It's the go-to excuse or reason, and I don't think it's a bad thing to spend more time with your family, but gee, politicians I've known have been a bit more driven by that, and so too by the way of their families, particularly their wives. Andrews called a snap press conference yesterday afternoon and announced, "It's time!" flanked by his wife, Catherine. Listen, don't be grateful, I'm saving your life, Mr. Fly. Anyway, he said he'll be going to Government House and he'll be resigning as Premier and the member for Mulgrave. Lovely tribute was made by Anthony Albanese. They apparently shared a flat in Canberra in their early days. It requires 100% from me and from my family, and that, of course, means time, and time is limited. Well, he leaves a fantastic legacy, doesn't he? An enormous state debt of $134.4 billion next year. Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing if you had a job and you could just sit in the chair and spend money? Just spend money. Boom, 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 boom. Do you think this is a Labour Party fly?
It won't want to come near me.
I think it is. I think it definitely has political leanings. Anyway, I've never met Daniel Andrews, and I don't particularly want to. But there you go. It'll be interesting to see who they pop in his place. I'll leave you with some dates, and of course, we'll have a song. Pete will sing us out with his song. What did we say the date was? The 27th? Henry Ford's first Model T automobile. This is 1908. Leaves the plant in Detroit, Michigan. The very first Model T. 1908 on this very day, which you could say is the beginning of popular motoring. I could tell you some wonderful stories about the eccentric Henry Ford. He was a very clever man, lateral thinker. 1892, book matches were patented by the Diamond Match Company. 1892. 1920, Prime Minister of Australia, Robert Menzies, 25. Well, I don't think he would have been the Prime Minister back then, but he weds Patty May Leckie. She was 21, he was 25, at the Kew Presbyterian Church in Melbourne, Australia, 1920. A very good Prime Minister. William the Conqueror, troops, they set sail for Normandy to conquer England. That was in 1066. Go away! Go away! Can you imagine William the Conqueror? You know, according to legend here in Australia, you'd have to get up and you'd have to apologise. William the Conqueror's descendants would have to hop up every year and apologise to all the Brits for having conquered them. But then again, where would you end? I think Britain's been conquered more times than they've had hot breakfasts. You mustn't forget the Norwegians, you know, the raping and pillaging. I'm sure the Brits haven't forgotten. No apology there, I can promise you. Where am I? 1956, Great Britain commences Operation Buffalo, testing 4 nuclear fission bombs in Maralinga, South Australia. Why did they do it in our backyard, I wonder? Do it in your own bloody backyard. 1989, Sony Pictures, well, it wasn't Pictures then, but Sony purchased Columbia Pictures, which of course becomes Sony, for $3.4 billion. Cash. A lot of money in making pocket radios. American actress and singer Scarlett Johansson weds Canadian film actor Ryan Reynolds, 31. They divorced in 2011 but were married 2008. Marriage in the Hollywood sense must be a bit like a revolving door. Never a dull moment. Gee, I'd have trouble with the names. Let's not go there. No. 1910, the first flight of a twin-engined aeroplane. The very first twin-engined aeroplane in France, 1910. Filming begins on Never Say Never Again with Sean Connery playing James Bond. That was for the last time. That was in 1982. Hugh Hefner, American magazine publisher and businessman, playboy, dies of natural causes and exhaustion. But I reckon at 91 he had a smile on his face. I really do. Anyway, that was in 2017. Never spoke to him. I know I tried to a couple of times. Gwyneth Paltrow, American actress, 1972, born in Los Angeles. Oh, here's a great one. 1993, Jimmy Doolittle, American Air Force General. James Doolittle, who conducted that famous raid on Tokyo in 1942. This was just an amazing feat. This was about giving the Japanese a black eye after Hawaii. Anyway, I don't know how they do it, how they did it to this day. They put these Mitchell bombers, these B-25s, were they? I think they were B-25s. When they put them on an aircraft carrier, tied them down on the deck, nowhere else to put them, you couldn't stack them underneath, too big. And they sailed this aircraft carrier as close as they dared to Japan. And they took off. They all knew it was a suicide mission because they could not come back and land on the aircraft carrier. You may have seen, I think they made a movie out of it. And the plan was that they would bomb Tokyo and do as much damage, and it was more psychological damage than anything else, to the Japanese, who would never imagine that the Americans could have done anything like this in retribution for Pearl Harbor. But they did. They bombed Tokyo, but the thing was they couldn't get back. The plan was to fly on over Japan into China, crash land, and good luck. And somehow through it, I can't remember how many of the crews of the planes made it back, but not many. But Jimmy Doolittle did, and he died on this day at the age of 96. And the year was 1993. There was a man. Just a couple more. Europe's first moving pavement, they called it a travelator, opens at Bank Station on the London Underground in 1960. And Sean Cassidy, American singer, he did lots of things. Run, actor, Hardy Boys, television writer, producer, American Gothic, New Amsterdam. He was born in 1958. Anyway, Sean Cassidy. I'm not sure he's still alive now, but anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. You're about to be entertained by Peter Clayton with his wonderful song and his guitar. He and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget live streaming Friday from the dining room table, jeremycordeaux.com. Believe in yourself, and goodbye for now.
I saw a woman covered head to toe. If she was pretty, you'd never know. All I could see were her sad brown eyes hidden behind a burqa disguise. She was with a man in a t-shirt and thongs. I thought to myself, this has gotta be wrong. I live in a world where a woman has rights. Hers is a world of oppression and fright.